All right, y'all, today we are installing the Bemis Radiance toilet seat, the heated with the nightlight. Let's go. First, we've got the toilet seat itself. We've got the hardware for installation, very simple. And then, of course, the instructions. Let's jump ahead. So here's what it looks like already established and set up and everything. It's got a nice blue nightlight, not too bright, just right. Let me go and turn the light on here. All right, so coming over here, you can see it's a really simple two-button operation. The first is the light, which of course toggles that on and off. The second is the heat temp. We got low, medium, and high. And right now we keep it on low lately, and honestly, it's been working great for us. It's about 40 degrees outside where we live, so we don't need it cranked up all the way. Now, let me show you how I did this. This was the only outlet in the bathroom, so I plugged it here, and I got those little command hook cord organizers, ran it all the way under, attached it to a power strip back here. It's the only thing I had to make it work, but, you know, it works just fine. Put an adhesive strip on there, some sticky tack, secured the wires to the wall. That way there's no, not like we're splashing around in the toilet or anything, but just trying to minimize the chance that any water is going to get over there. We feel pretty comfortable with this. Again, you got the low, middle, high, and once again, we don't need it to be burning hot. It does warm up pretty quickly. It seems to do just fine within 30 to 60 seconds. So, whether you turn it on in the morning or you just leave it on the low setting, you're going to be satisfied either way. It's also got that nice whisper shut, the slow close lid right here. And the thing that I like about it too is that it actually still shuts a little bit quicker than others. Some of them just take so long to shut, it's like almost annoying. But that one comes down at a nice speed. Overall, it looks great. The seat feels great. Obviously, we secured it, so it's not going to be moving around. Very nice. Now, to show you the installation here, every toilet seat has these two little threads that come down, these two little screws, and then some caps. So you're going to have to undo your old ones. You might have to get yourself a wrench or something like that. I was able to manually twist them off. Now, this is also a great opportunity to grab yourself a cleaning wipe and just scrub off, any of that stuff that builds up. Now, you'll notice these caps are just a single piece, whereas these caps down here are a little bit longer. They've got this extra thing on the bottom. That's so that when you're tightening it, you can tighten that bottom portion, which will eventually twist off. It'll completely break off. That way you don't over tighten the toilet bowl seat. So that's actually pretty cool. So the way this gets installed, there's two of these little grooves back here. One is for US, one is for Europe. We're in the US here, obviously, so I'm going to use the US portion. And the screws itself, they just kind of slide right in here, and then they do snap in place on the bottom. However, the reason this track is so long is in case you need to adjust it, which is going to be important for later. Keep that in mind. So now, once we've got this all set up like that, they're feeling pretty snug, it's time to go ahead and set it right onto our actual toilet bowl. Now, you'll notice immediately I ran into trouble here. It wasn't fitting, but no sweat. As we already discussed, we're going to be able to adjust this. That way we have the right kind of space back in there. So we're going to go ahead and flip this thing back over, and I'm going to wiggle these things free. They do kind of snap in at the very bottom there. So just rearrange them to where you think you need it, just like so. That way, when you put it on there, there's going to be proper clearance and all that. Shouldn't have any issues. All right, so once we got that done, yes, this time it did work very well. I was able to get it on there, no troubles. Just like that, got good clearance. We'll be able to operate it properly. All that stuff is looking great. That's a really nice little feature, just in case you've got a different shaped toilet or whatever. All right, so now when we're here, we're going to go ahead and tighten on these caps. First, you can get started just by using your hands. Remember, again, that bottom portion is going to actually snap off once you tighten it with your wrench. As per the instructions, this is a 5/8 size, so I just had a 5/8 crescent wrench that I'm going to use. Going to go ahead and just tighten these up, but first I wanted to make sure, yes, this is exactly where I want it. Everything looks good clearance, everything's proper. Love it. Very simple. So once I determined that this was good to go, I'm going to go ahead and get my 5/8 crescent wrench, and now just go ahead and start tightening this thing. So again, we're just using the bottom portion right here. I'll skip through it a little bit. Boom, and you can see it actually just pops off, meaning that you are properly tightened without over-tightening. Super cool. And that's about that. So we are all set here. I got both sides tightened. Again, just making sure everything is good. It's not wobbly or anything like that. The next step is, of course, figuring out how to get this all wired up, which I covered earlier in this video. Hope you found this helpful. Highly recommend.